Hi, so I promised you guys a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, and I kind of feel like I wanted to put one on here so that you can see it, and I don't have to do it each and every time. Sometimes I might do them in the tutorial, but I just kind of thought that it would be helpful if you guys were able to see it um, in a tutorial if you wanted to do your own and you can see the kind of products that I use. I just do my eyebrows first, and I use Max Spiked eyebrow pencil, and it just is perfect for getting in there. And sometimes pencils are a little too fat and they can be too harsh, and so I just kind of like this because it goes on really well, and it gives me that coverage that I like, and it's just really a great color for especially for black girls. I like it for us. They have it in all kinds of colors. They have it in blondes. If you have blonde hair, they have it for blondes. If you have red hair, brown hair, you're brunette. But this is like, I think, one of their darkest colors. I think they may have one below this, but I don't typically like to go anything more than a dark chestnut. So I'm going to be using that. It's $16 at MAC, so you can buy it online or you can go into your local MAC store. First, we're going to outline the brow with MAC's eyebrow pencil and Spiked. And I like this brow pencil because the point is just so perfect for getting in those places that you need to get in, where sometimes brow pencils are just too fat. Well, I am going to start on the bottom, and we're just going to outline the bottom of the brow, not filling in so much, but just making the shape. And then you also are starting at going to the top, and I'm going to go a little bit above my brow line there because I like a more, I guess, I like my arch to be really high and defined, so I do go a bit above my natural line. And you just kind of want to make sure you're just sketching that outside of the brow, and I'm actually just kind of creating the tip of it because the edge of my brow doesn't go down that far. I'm also going to be using a spoolie, and this is just basically the same as your mascara brush, but you can buy it as a separate wand. And I'm going through and spreading that product out. Right there in the front, especially if you have thick brows, it's very easy for your brow to get that edge against it where it looks like it's square, and you don't want to look like Count Dracula. So you do want to go in and blend and kind of just back and forth quickly moving in that front of the brow just to make sure that product is blended through. Now I'm going to use a flat concealer brush, and I'm using MAC's NC45 concealer, which is probably like maybe a shade lighter than my skin. And this is just to define and highlight the brow, to make it just pop and it looks so crisp and clean. If you ever wonder how people can get the most perfect brows, especially when they have their makeup done, this is a trick that makeup artists use, and I just love it because it just gives me that really pronounced brow that I like. So basically I'm just going to take that same brush and start on the bottom, and I'm blending downward because you don't want that concealer just to sit up there. You want to make sure it's well blended. I've seen where people have not blended this out and it just literally looks like two highlighted lines outside of your brow, and it's really confusing to see it. So blending is the key, making sure that you blend on the top, you're going in upward strokes, and it just basically will blend into your complexion, but you just kind of don't want it to be there and it to be noticed. The whole point is just to basically highlight the brow and not highlight the actual concealer line. So there. Next, I'm going to take a concealer that I got from Black Opal, and it came as a sample, but I use it as a brow tint. And what I'm going to do is just take that spoolie and get a little bit on the edge of that, and I just want to take that and I'm going to just spread it through my brow. I like to do this just in case I think that maybe my brow is a little too heavy, or I went a little too heavy-handed on the brow pencil, which when you have thick brows, you really have to be careful with the product, how much product you use, what kind of pencil you use, because you can really end up looking either surprised or like a clown or like Count Dracula. I mean, Frankenstein, all of that. But you just want to make sure that your brows aren't overpowering your face with what kind of makeup you're going to be doing. This particular day, I just was doing my brows, but if I would never just like leave the house just with this kind of brow. I think it looks fine, but this is more for a polished face, like, you know, full makeup for me. But so I'm just dragging that product through and making sure that it has a nice tint to it. Sometimes I even just put it at the front just to make sure that it's not so harsh at the front of the brow, where it could be, a little too heavy. So I've only done the tint on the right brow. I did not do the left brow so that you can see the difference. But thank you so much for watching. Please go to my YouTube channel and click the thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.